We're joined in Bavaria by Melissa Stirling. You're the Director of Military Programs at Hilton Worldwide. Tell me exactly what you do in your job.
Well, at Hilton Worldwide, we started up our program a year ago, August, and it was the idea of our CEO, Chris Nesteta, who's very passionate about veterans. So he wanted to build a holistic program across our company. So the biggest pillar of that is hiring 10,000 veterans over the next 5 years. But he also wanted to build a holistic program across the company, leveraging our global resources to help veterans and their families. So that's using all parts of our business to help the military community. So that encompasses programs.
Now you're a part of Blackstone, which also has 70 companies under their umbrella. It is also participating in military initiatives. Do you work with those other companies? How closely do you work with them? Do you share resources? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's actually really great. So Blackstone is our parent company. And again, they have over 70 companies in their portfolio. And Steve Swarzman, their CEO and co-founder, is very passionate about veterans, being a veteran himself. So he wanted to hire 50,000 veterans over the next 5 years. So we are 10,000 of that. We are the leader in the portfolio in that space, but we work closely with them. We have a call every week. We just had a Blackstone Initiative Summit in New York in the financial district with Blackstone, where we invited all the companies to come and learn how to set up a military hiring program.
One of the most rewarding things has just been the impact we've been able to have on veterans and their families. And when we started this, we had a steep learning curve, and as we started to get into it and hire people and see the impact that we were having, it just generated its own momentum. And I think that doing something like this that's great for business, great for veterans, great for the country, it's incredibly rewarding.
When we talk to servicemen and women who are transitioning and don't know what they want to do, if it's something that we can't offer them in hospitality, which is very unlikely because we run the gamut with what we can provide as far as career paths, but we do share them with our portfolio of companies, and likewise. We get a lot of candidates from a fellow Blackstone company who's talking to servicemen and women who might want to work in hospitality.
As you said, there's a plethora of jobs just within hospitality itself. Talk to me about what type of jobs there are and how a vet would be best suited for some of them.
Yeah, so I tell there's a lot of young servicemen and women transitioning here in the European theater as we're talking to them over this week. And I talk to them every day back in the US as they're separating. And a lot of folks don't understand how broad the hospitality industry is. They might have a stereotype of what they think hospitality is, and maybe that's somebody behind a desk in guest services. But I tell them that running a hotel is like running a Navy ship or running an Army base. It's a whole city. So if you think about that, you've got your HR, you have your front of house, you have your back of house, you've got a spa, you've got the gym, you've got facilities, you've got housekeeping. And by the time I finish rattling off all the different things it takes to keep our trains running, their faces light up because they realize whatever it is they've done in the military, they definitely can apply it to hospitality.
Tell me 3 skills that are the most important in terms of military hiring.
Why this is such a very valuable talent pool for us is because these folks are very adaptable. So they think on their feet. They're great leaders, and they're very good at getting teamwork and morale for the people that work under them, and that's really important. And they're open to new ideas. They've trained for a job for a living. So if you're in a department in hospitality, to work your way up, you often have to move to another department. That's not going to be a problem with these servicemen and women because they've been changing jobs every year or so for their entire military career. So they're hardwired for success in hospitality, and it really is the premier talent pool for us.
So what advice would you give to a transitioning vet right now that would like to come work for Hilton Worldwide?
I would love to tell them to go to hiltonworldwide.com/military careers. And there we talk a lot about hospitality. We have some testimonials from very successful team members that are vets, some new hire vets, and some folks that have been around for a long time. And they'll see that the career paths are all very, very different. When I talk to servicemen and women, often I ask, what is something that you're going to miss the most from the military after you separate? And they say the camaraderie. And I say, well, the hospitality industry can offer you that in spades. Your hotel really does become your second family. So as they look around on the site, it can see some of the different career paths that we have. There is an MOS skills translator where they can go and put in what they've done in the military, and it'll translate into jobs that we have available. They're not tied to that. They can apply to any position they want. We haven't targeted just specific positions for veterans. They can apply for anything. But they can apply, and then we have full-time military sourcers within our company that reach out to these folks so they don't just send their resume into a black hole.